Section 5.3, adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials. This section is a little bit easier than the ones we've worked with before, so I think you should like the little brain break. The first thing you're going to do is adding and subtracting polynomials, and when we do this we add or subtract the coefficient of the like terms, so we're not just adding or subtracting in order, you need to add the like terms. Then when you're multiplying, we're going to use the distributive property or FOIL when needed. So let's get started. We're going to add these two polynomials in this first example. And again, I said we're going to add the coefficients of the like terms, so we're not just adding in order. So the easiest way to do this, to visualize this, is to write them below each other. You don't have to do this, but you'll be able to see it a lot better. Just take the second polynomial and write it underneath the first one, and write the like terms underneath each other. So I'm going to take the x cubed, write it under the other x cubed, then minus 10x squared. Now here we don't have an x term, so I'm just going to leave that blank, and I'm going to put this constant underneath the other constant. And then just simply add them. So 3 plus 1 gives us 4x cubed. 2 minus our 10 be minus 8x squared. The minus x just stays because we're adding 0 to it. And negative 7 plus 8 will give us plus 1. And that is our final answer. Simple enough. Subtracting. Same sort of deal, except now you're subtracting. So I would do the same thing, write your second polynomial under your first one and put the like terms right underneath of each other. So you're subtracting this entire polynomial. That's very important that you keep those parentheses there because we're going to have to distribute that negative. Since we're subtracting this whole thing, it might be easier if you rewrite this whole thing with this negative distributed to each term. So distribute that negative through, and I'm just going to rewrite this whole thing, 5x squared plus x minus 7. And now on the bottom we have negative 3x squared minus 6x, because I'm distributing that negative, minus 1. And now just add these two lines. So 5 minus 3, or 5 plus a negative 3, same thing, gives 2x squared. The 1 minus the 6 gives us minus 5x, and the negative 7 minus 1 gives us minus 8. And there you've subtracted those two polynomials. That's your final answer. Let's move on to multiplication. When you're multiplying, you want to think you're taking the binomial and you're distributing it through to each term in this trinomial. So the easiest way to write this is if you actually do that. If you distribute this binomial through to each term in the trinomial. So you can write 5x squared times our binomial, x plus 2, then plus 3x times our binomial again, which is x plus 2, and minus, because there's a minus in front of this 1, I'm just taking those signs, minus the 1 times the binomial again. And now you know how to finish this out. Just distribute each of these and then add like terms. So when we distribute, we have 5x cubed plus 10x squared, plus, now distribute this 3x through, 3x squared plus 6x, and distribute the negative 1. Don't forget to distribute that negative. So we'd have negative x minus 2. The last step is to add like terms. This is our only cube terms. We have 5x cubed, add your squares, so 10 plus the 3 gives us 13x squared. Then we have 6 minus 1 will give us 5x, and minus 2. And you are done. The last example I have for you is if you have 3 binomials multiplied by each other. The first step is that you're going to do FOIL with 2 of them, and it actually doesn't matter which 2 you do it with. And then you're going to distribute like you just did above. So the first step is take 2 of them and use FOIL. I'm going to do these last 2. It really doesn't matter which ones you do it with. So I'm going to use FOIL here. First I'm going to write my x minus 2, and that's all going to be times the x squared minus 3 minus x plus 3x, and then we can simplify that a little bit at our like terms, so x squared plus 2x minus 3. And now you just do the same thing you did above. You're going to take this x minus 2 and distribute it to each one of these terms. So we have x squared times our binomial. The next one is this 2x, so plus 2x times the binomial. And last, the negative 3 times the binomial. And then distribute through. So we have x cubed minus 2x plus 2x squared minus 4x minus, don't forget to distribute that negative to both terms. We have minus 3x, and the minus times the minus makes it a positive, so you have plus 6. And the final step is add the like terms. So x cubed, and that's our only squared term, so plus 2x squared. And we have 3x terms, so negative 2 minus 4 gives us negative 6, minus 3 more, minus 9x, and then plus 6. And that is your final answer. So that is how you add, subtract, and multiply polynomials.